Yo, yo, what's going on, my people? Man, what the hell going on, my damn? Yeah, man, we back at it again, man. Hold on, let me clear my throat right quick. God damn. We back at it again, man. Early in the morning, man. You already know. How many weeks out are we? We what? 4 weeks out from, the biggest fight in boxing currently. Shout out to Bug on Stop Canelo, my guy. We 4 weeks out. And my opinion has not changed, bro. I'm not moved. Nothing has swayed me to believe otherwise of what I've been saying. Uh, there's even more things pointing in the direction of why I feel the way I feel. Yeah, a month away we got a month away we got. Um, and I was just thinking before I started up this live. I was just thinking, right? Like I feel like a lot of people who are going with Terrence Crawford, right? A lot of you dudes are new Terrence Crawford fans. Some of you dudes, because I'm telling you, a lot of you dudes, because he beat Yar King, Errol Spence Jr., he's like the messiah to y'all now. Because he beat the guy I thought nobody could beat, the guy that me and my brother Bug or Canelo was telling you he was going to beat for a minute. He beat that guy, so now y'all jumped on the Terrence Crawford bandwagon, and now y'all feel like it's y'all time to get it right with the Canelo Alvarez fight. And I hate to tell you, you're gonna be wrong again. So you guys, you dudes just got no good luck. They're not even good luck. You guys just though. I don't know. You matter of fact, I'll say you don't have good luck with your pick. Let's just say that. Let's just say that because on this day, and it's a lot of people picking Bud. A lot of people, even people who are casual, they go with Bud. I just seen Ari Spears. Not much of a likable guy, comedian. He said usually, when you get a black and a Mexican in the ring, the black wins and all this. That's his reason for why Terrence Crawford gonna win. And he to some degree he's knowledgeable about boxing, but I feel like in this particular fight he's ignorant to what the circumstances in this particular fight is, because that's pretty much all he said is you put a black guy in there, Mexican, and they win. I think this fight is a little bit more complex than that. It's not just as black and white as what he said. This is a obviously we know that Terrence Crawford is at I would say a severe disadvantage. Um, and a lot of people are assuming what we're gonna see of him at this new weight 168. I'm expecting him to be better than he was at 154. We've seen, a slight decline in his performance for whatever reasons. Um, but I should I am expecting him to be uh, a little bit better. I say a little bit better in this upcoming performance against Canelo, because I think he absolutely needs to be, because with the disadvantages that he's putting himself in, he has very little room for error. Like there's people acting like that he has this great window for error where no, he doesn't. Because Floyd, when he fought Canelo, didn't have room for error. The man was damn near perfect in the fight, and people expecting that from Terrence Crawford. I don't think so. Now we have to have the conversation again about his defense, and after the Spence fight, I had a lot of people telling me, because for the most part, I'm not a prisoner of the moment, telling me that he has defenses on par with Floyd. Absolutely not. We have to stop, because these two fighters are black and they have supreme boxing ability, comparing their styles, which is no comparison with their two styles. Floyd is defense first, offense second. He's offense to defense. That's not Bud. Bud is one of the greatest offensive fighters I've ever seen. Probably the greatest offensive fighter ever. Probably, right? I think he's done a lot of great work to hold that title. My brother Canelo is tailor made for Crawford. He's a pressure fighter who comes forward, fighter who, you know, I guess so. I for me personally, I think especially at this point in Bud's career, Like this is a good this right here, and this may sound crazy, but this is a good style for Canelo because we're all under the assumption that Bud won't run. Now, if he doesn't run, it's not like I said, his defense is not it's not like he's not gonna get hit, is what I'm saying. You know, he's gonna basically be right there. Now, like I said, his legs, like I said before, previous lives, his legs are not what they were. A lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, he gonna move. He gonna do how he did Victor Postal." And in his last fight, I see him try to attempt to box on the back foot in spurts, and his hands weren't flying like that against Madrimov. They weren't. His punch output in that fight, I believe, was the lowest punch output we've seen in his entire career at that new weight. You know, so you can say that Bus Canelo's tailor made from because he's flat footed. Nobody, I mean anybody with two eyes see that. He don't have no motherfucking good feet like that. You know what I'm saying? Can he cut up the ring? Yes. Did he have trouble with that last fight? Yes. You know he did, but he knows how to cut up the ring. He knows how to cut up the ring. Now, will he have to really chase Bud? That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think Bud should get in a firefight with this dude because he's not going to win that. As much as y'all want to say, he's not going to win fire with Canelo. He has to mix it all the way up. Is Bud on the Mount Rushmore if he wins? That's an understatement. If he wins, look, if Bud Crawford wins, bro, I was just talking to one of the fellas, bro. I say, yo, if Terrence Crawford win, to me, I'm exaggerating, of course, but in my eyes, he would be the GOAT because I've seen how this whole shit with him played out. That's in my eyes. That's a lot of people to think about, of course. I'm not trying to disrespect any other greats. There's a lot of greats to think about in the sport. But for me personally, for what I've seen, I will have to put him as the GOAT. Under the context of him beating Canelo Alvarez with all of these disadvantages that a lot of us are, putting to the side, yes, he will be my GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Avenue. He'll be 3-time undisputed. Well, Floyd beat Canelo, man. Well, Floyd didn't. Floyd has never put himself at a disadvantage. He rarely put himself in a disadvantage in any of his fights. Let's be honest. I think that's what people want to see boxers do. Really challenge themselves, like the Ali's, the Jack Johnsons. You know what I'm saying? The Henry Armstrongs. You know what I'm saying? They want to see you under extreme circumstances. You rise above the. I don't think Floyd has done that to the degree that those fighters have done, and what Terrence Crawford could potentially do. Right? You know, and some of that is attributed to Floyd's greatness. In a lot of his fights, he was the favorite, despite how talented his opponent may have been. Right? But this right here, I'm still just not as confident as a lot of you guys are. Would I be a little bit more confident had this been at 154 or something like that? Yeah. But this is not the avenue, people. I will try my best to warn you as much as I can. Still, this has been Bud gonna stop Canelo knows this has been me for over a year now. Well over a year now. Well over a year now. We see a lot more of Terrence Crawford, of what he's doing and all these things, the wrestling and playing the football and a lot of pictures of him. We have seen nothing of Canelo Alvarez. Nothing. Which is something to pay attention to. I heard he's getting elite sparring. I'm sure Bud is. So for us we really got to pay attention here, people. Pay attention to the play that Canelo was trying to pitch to you guys. UGC Flame, what's good, bro? What's good, big bro? Didn't even see you there. Good. What's good, big bro? But yeah, let me say this. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Let me get it back. Let me get it back. Let me get it back. Well, let me just go to another app. I was saying, we really got to pay attention to these things. Like, we're not seeing much Canelo. We're seeing a lot of Bud. We don't know what Canelo has, what game plan he has, what he's going to bring to the. We don't know any of the sort. We don't know the same thing with Crawford. We don't know, right? But Bomac says they're looking to stop him. They're looking to get him in the late rounds and all this type of stuff. And let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. Buggle stop Canelo think that's his name. He thinks that that's gonna happen because that's his name. Look at his name. I don't. I think now we're getting into unrealistic territory with that one, right? Right. But yeah, here's the play Canelo's trying to pitch to y'all, and a lot of you guys falling for it, right? Canelo is telling y'all that Terrence Crawford is. Do we want to say better or greater than Floyd Mayweather? Because I think there's a difference, right? He said better than Floyd Mayweather. That's what he said. Well, he didn't say that. It was this thing where the guy was like, speak if this fighter is better than Terrence Crawford. He spoke for none of them. I think he said Bernard Hopkins, Floyd Mayweather, a couple other dudes, right? He's trying to pitch to you that if he beats Terrence Crawford, that's a better win than if he had beat Floyd Mayweather because he lost to Floyd Mayweather easily if we ain't watched that fight. And this is not the case, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the case. This man is tricking y'all. A lot of y'all dudes who are picking Terrence Crawford are telling me that if Canelo beats Terrence Crawford, y'all gonna give him credit. Nigga, what? What? Nigga, if he beat Terrence Crawford, you think I would give him credit? Absolutely not, nigga. Absolutely not, nigga. He's supposed to beat Terrence Crawford. Oh, that's crazy. He's supposed to beat Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford got that dog. We understand. We understand the legend of Terrence Crawford. We understand that. But that's besides the point right now. He's fighting a 140. He's fighting a 154 pounder. Excuse me. Let's just call it what it actually is. He's a fighting a 154 pounder who had one fight at 154. A very competitive fight at 154 with a guy who's not going to do nothing at the weight class in Madrimov. This is the guy he's about to fight who's two-time undisputed, top 3 pound for pound, but a 154 who fought one fight at 154. This is who you about to fight. You telling me that I'm going to give him credit for beating that guy. Why? Because Vegas says the fight is close? Why? Because Terrence Crawford is all of these things that we've seen. All of these great things we see him do at 135, 140, 147, right? Because of his history at those weight classes, you telling me Canelo beating him, what does that mean? Because a lot of you guys are saying you're gonna give him credit. You know what the credit that you're gonna have to give him is him being number one pound for pound if he beats Crawford, right? Because he beat a top 3 pound for pound guy. That would have to put him up, right? And nigga, no, he's not gonna be number one pound for pound if he beat Crawford. This is how I'm trying to make y'all understand. This how this shit don't make sense, bro. Y'all dudes gotta be capping, bro. There's no way y'all go after what I think happens. Y'all gonna be like, yeah, Canelo that dude, man. Nigga, what? No, no, no. If he gonna beat Dave Benavidez, then that's a conversation we having. Because that's the guy in and around his weight class. But we know what the problem is with that. Well, I wouldn't say problem. We know what it is with that. We know what it is with that. You know? So this guy, he not fooling me with none of this shit. I seen him do it too many times before. I seen him do this shit with Charlo. Nigga, nobody's gonna talk about that win, bro. Nobody's gonna talk about that win, bro. The win that we're gonna talk about is if you fight and beat David Benavidez. And it's crazy. All the Canelo's Mexican fans, they're gonna be freaking drooling and foaming at the mouth when he beat Terrence Crawford, bro. And y'all giving them satisfaction. Oh, he beat Terrence Crawford, so he number one pound for pound. All you guys say he was gonna beat Canelo. All you guys say he's gonna beat Canelo. So yeah, man, Canelo, number one pound for pound. Viva la Mexico. Y'all niggas giving them the satisfaction. All because, and I understand it. Y'all want Terrence Crawford to beat this clown. And I do too, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest with myself before anything else. Who's a more skilled fighter? I would say Terrence Crawford. But guess what, y'all? The man he fighting got skills as well. This is not no nigga he just going in there with and he about to fight. He's not fighting Errol Spence, y'all. I know the major thing here that we're paying attention to is the flat footedness, the overextending on shots, those things in particular that got Errol Spence caught up and got him beat the fuck up, right? But while that is the case with Canelo Alvarez, he is sort of elusive. He's not like Errol Spence, but that nigga just not moving his head, coming straight on in. You know, his hands dropping a lot. Nah, this man got a tight guard. This man got good upper body movement, not as great as it once was. So I can see why a lot of y'all feel like Terrence Crawford gonna get off a lot more. But it's still there. Terrence Crawford not just gonna be hitting on him at will. That's just not gonna be the case. And I want to say, obviously, both fighters are gonna get hit. But when both fighters get hit clean, who's gonna get affected more? I think we know the answer to that. I think we at least should. And who knows? Maybe we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But if we had to flip a coin or take a guess or it's just I would say science, right? Bigger guy, right? So we got a skilled guy, very skilled guy, Terrence Crawford, moving up away fighting, and also a skilled guy who's bigger, who's fought substantially bigger fighters. Am I right? For substantially bigger fighters. And we're picking a smaller guy. And for good reason. Great talent, good skill set. Has a skill set that could be Canelo Alvarez. But under this circumstance, I don't think so. I don't think so. I absolutely don't think so. Terrence Crawford has been on a year layoff, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, more than a little over a year now. Terrence Crawford, I think, is 37 years old now. Terrence Crawford against Madrimov did not look stellar. I think it was slightly above average performance. Not even it was average performance, and to his standards, the worst performance of his career. To his standards, for anybody else, that's a great performance. To his standards, that's the worst performance of his career. Now let's not sit here and lie, right? Them bigger guys don't have the will, heart, and skills Bud has. Yeah, I'm not. And here's the thing: it seemed as almost as if I questioned Terrence Crawford's heart when I was like, what if he doesn't display that heart that we speak of, right? In this vicarious situation that we've never seen him put himself in, right? And people are like, what? You compare him to Jamel and blah 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 blah. I think Jamel really obviously let us all down who, know the reputation that he once had or once was respected for because of how he fought and displayed himself against Canelo Alvarez. But prior to that, we didn't think he was going to do that. We thought he was going to go out with heart on the shield because that's what he had displayed to us many times, time and time again. Nobody looked at Jamel was like, "Oh, this nigga's a pussy. He don't want to fight nobody. He run from." Nobody looked at until we did. It's a first time for everything, ladies and gentlemen. It's a first time for everything. None of these dudes is perfect. All these dudes bleed blood. All these dudes got fears and phobias. It happens. They get nervous, everything. Anything's on the table in this shit. So you don't see it 50-50. No, no, I don't. I really don't. I really don't. Because of the things I just stated, I don't. Now, if these two guys can't, if they were on the same trail of, moving up in weight on the same, how can I say, on the same timeline, and Bud and Canelo ended up at 168 and they both steamrolling shit. Yeah, I got Bud. But this is not what it is. Clearly one guy's bigger than the other. I don't give a fuck what height and all this shit y'all talking about. It's not a height class, brother. It's not a height class. It's not. We have to stop doing that. We have to stop trying to make it okay. It's not, these two are not the same size. They are the same height, or Bud is a little taller, however y'all want to preface it. These two guys are not the same size. They're not. Let's just put that right on the table right there. Let's put that bingo card on the table right now. Now I may be one of the only pro Terence Crawford channels that will say what I'm saying here with no doubt. I don't feel guilty about what I'm saying. I don't feel ashamed about what I'm saying. None of the sort. Because I respect the weight classes. I respect what both fighters are bringing to the table. Now I say that because I feel like a lot of y'all, which a lot of people who picked Jamel, which I was around to hear that the few group who picked Jamel, saying that Canelo lost a step. Look at his fight with John Ryder. Look at his fight with that guy, this guy. And then he pummeled Jermell Charlo for 12 rounds because he was smaller. Not because, Canelo's just that damn good. Uh. You can also attribute a lot of that to Jermell not fighting back. But he realized that the man couldn't even penetrate Canelo's skin, man, with his punches. And Jermell at 154 is one of those guys with the most one-shot knockout power ability. He couldn't even hurt Canelo. He couldn't. The times that he did throw whatever panic shot that he threw and caught Canelo the chin, it didn't do anything. So I really don't know what are you guys seeing the avenue. The whole all Bug got to do is box, nigga. If we're having a conversation, you tell me that conversation is over. That's not a breakdown. All he got to do is box, nigga. Stop. He got to do a lot more than just that, bro. Cause he's not like, I don't know what you dudes thinking. Like, bro, you guys are telling me about a performance he had when I was 14 years old. I'm 22 now. Nigga, he fought post to win in 2014, bro. No, I wasn't 14 in 2014. Was 11. I was 11 years old. Y'all telling me about a post before. He is not that guy anymore, bro. He is not that guy where he can tap into these, how can I say? Like, here's what I'm gonna say. You're not gonna get that level of versatility out of this body that he has now. This is an age body, and Canelo obviously is an age body. We come on, but what I will say is it's gonna take much more energy for Bud to come out with the win than it is Canelo. Because Canelo, like I said, not gonna have to do much chasing. If we all assume Terence Crawford is not going, our quote unquote run, whatever the fuck, right? 2016. It's always gonna take more energy for the smaller fighter, especially moving up. When you're punching on a bigger target, you're susceptible to getting tired. If you box, you know this. You know this all too well. Especially when that guy has skill set and has something for you to mentally worry about. That's another thing. Now it's putting the mental worry on you. That also creates fatigue. That also creates fatigue. Nigga, it's a lot. Nigga, what Keith Thurman was saying was so true. If y'all heard that interview, nigga, this nigga got to mentally prepare. And it's not like, oh, he fighting the greatest ever. No, it's not what I'm trying to say. But he has to mentally prepare for this type shit because, nigga, because of the situation that he putting himself in, bro. This shit not smart. I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas talking about. This is not a smart situation to put yourself in. But nigga, I will put myself in this situation for the money he getting, so I understand it. But this is not smart. Then I guess we gotta leave it to the niggas like Floyd to play it smart, right? The niggas like Bud, nigga, they go out there, you know what I'm saying, and they gonna do what it do, bro. It is what it is. We gonna make it happen. Fuck it. That's why we see a nigga like Floyd. He didn't put himself in these situations like that. He really didn't. I mean, you can say that the Chico Corrales and chop it up. Nigga, them niggas is not on the level of a Canelo, bro. We talking about the mega stars. About Floyd didn't do that against them niggas. He ain't giving them no leeway over nothing. Bud is giving him all the advantages. Nigga, you can have the weight. Nigga, you can have that. You can have the ring, all of that. You got a ring, all of that. However much you want to read into that. You can have everything. I'm coming to take what you got, and I'm walking out of there with 3-time undisputed and a bag. Right? I hate to tell y'all, man. Bud only walking up out of there with the bag, bro. He only walking up out of there with the bag, bro. I watched him. Now, I don't know if y'all even care about this shit. A nigga could change his mind or whatever, but this will let me know subconsciously he knows this shit. Nigga, I made a video on this shit. I watched him say it out of his mouth. The Canelo fight don't interest him because of the size. Now this nigga's telling y'all me and him the same size. We got the same no, I'm taller than Canelo, I'm bigger than him, all this type shit. Now he telling y'all this shit. When this nigga said multiple times people asked about the fight, he turned it down because of the size. Canelo absolutely doesn't interest him. So that lets me know subconsciously, right? And maybe that has changed now that he's seen that trash, horrible performance Canelo had against William Skull. Maybe his confidence has jumped up a bit more, you know? And he's convinced himself even more that, nigga, I could do it. Canelo ain't, he ain't really doing nothing. All he doing is just walking forward, no footwork, just like a lot of other fighters who misjudge this nigga have said. He ain't doing shit. That shit easy work. Blase squaze, right? That's why Bud is doing it so no one can doubt his legacy at all. Yeah, for sure. Cause you got niggas still doing it. Talking about, oh, even the nigga Canelo, what signature win and all these type of things, right? It's a whole bunch of disingenuous shit with how these people speak of Terrence Crawford's career. But that's just something that's gonna happen, and I hate, I'm trying to tell y'all niggas, man. Shout out to my brother Just Do. Shout out to Big Bro, man. I'm trying to tell you guys, man. One of the main reasons I don't like this shit, bro, is because if Terrence Crawford lose, bro, y'all niggas not understanding. If Terrence Crawford lose, bro, these niggas are gonna try to rewrite his entire career, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas before it happened, bro. They already doing it now. What y'all think gonna happen if he lose to Canelo, bro? Y'all think it's gonna get better? And y'all niggas talking about y'all gonna give Canelo credit for this shit, bro. Are y'all crazy, bro? The nigga is supposed to win this fight. So after the fight, bro, I don't want to hear the crying. I don't want to hear the complaining. I don't want to hear nothing. Told y'all niggas, bro. Nigga, when the fight is done, I'm gonna turn my motherfucking TV off, bro. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna think about what I just saw, and I'll be like, damn, y'all niggas did this shit. Y'all niggas put the battery in his back, right? And y'all fucked this whole shit up. I ain't gonna blame y'all. He did this. He let y'all niggas do it. This nigga listening to what other niggas saying, talking about, oh, yeah, somebody said I was scared of you, so I had to push up on you. Nigga, with that mentality, bro, boy ain't never do no shit. He ain't listen. He don't be listening to what y'all niggas saying like that. To a point where it's affecting what he do. Nigga, he going for what? Nigga, I'ma do what I do. Now he's so tripped out about this shit is making him do shit that I ain't never seen him do before. Like nigga, that's uncharacteristic for him. Nigga, okay, a nigga say the nigga said that and you go and push up on him because a nigga say you scared. So you gotta prove like bro, you don't gotta let him prove to these niggas, bro. You don't have nothing to prove to these niggas, bud. And y'all, nah, matter of fact, y'all niggas did do this. Cause a lot of y'all niggas still talking about, oh, who did he beat? All this shit. And this nigga trying to overcompensate still. Now he gonna do the most extreme shit and fight Canelo Alvarez, bro. At this 168, at this 168 weight. Now, if he smoke Canelo, I don't want to hear you niggas telling me that Canelo was past it. None of that shit. I don't want to hear snack. I don't want to hear none of that gay shit y'all niggas talking about. Excuse my friend. I don't want to hear none of it. So it's on both sides. Cause I see the shit with the Canelo fans, they gonna come with, oh man, Canelo was past it, man. Man, man, Bud, he waited. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear no Bud waited and snag and y'all niggas already coming up with a whole bunch of heap of shit. They gonna hate. That's why Bud ain't gonna lose. I'm telling you. Look, man, I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I don't see it, man. I just don't like. In the perfect scenario, Terrence Crawford outboxes Canelo. He outboxes him. He picks him apart. All right, but Bud, let me tell you this. Bud, if he's going to fight the way I think he's gonna fight, he's gonna get hit a lot. He's going to get hit a lot. Mind you, this is a nigga Canelo who don't throw him and Bud throw identical punches at this point in their career. They don't throw much punches. They throw about, if I had to take a fucking guess, they throw about upwards of a little over 32 punches around. Bud cannot afford to get hit a lot by this dude. It's not smart. He can't afford it though. Now, here's the logic that I'm hit y'all with. Y'all telling me, because a lot of y'all like, oh, Canelo, you know, which is true. He overstood his punches. He 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 swings wild. Absolutely. Yes. Facts. And based off of that, there's no way he gonna hit Bud the way I think he is, or Bud gonna lose that dumb shit, whatever y'all said, right? So basically saying Canelo ain't gonna hit the nigga. Right? Let me tell you this. Errol Spence on dead legs and already fucked up, already buzzed because Bud fucked him up, was able to hit Terrence Crawford. Bad Jamal was able to hit Terrence Crawford. Mimi, she was able to hit Terrence Crawford. Sean Porter, you telling me Canelo Alvarez not gonna be able to hit Terrence Crawford flush? Nigga, don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. I say it again. Don't lie to yourself. Don't. If we tell the truth to each other, if we tell the truth to ourselves, the world will be a better place. Nigga, don't lie to yourself. So you got Canelo stopping Bud. Hmm. I haven't given that much thought. I haven't given that much thought. You know, I'm gonna give Bud the benefit of the doubt and say that he sees the 12 round. Because in my mind, the shit that y'all think is not on the table is on the table. I'm not even gonna say what it is. But worst case scenario, yes, he gets knocked out. Do I see that happening? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's on the table. No, you niggas gonna be like, what? Man, you trip, you don't know about. All right, cool. I don't know boxing. But I think a 168 pounder who stop niggas from 175, 168. I think he gonna stop a dude that just moved up to 154. I'm crazy. Well, Canelo ain't stopped nobody in a million years, bro. He ain't stopped Caleb Plant, bro. He ain't stopped Charles Ryder, bro. He ain't stopped Jamel, bro. Yeah. Even Jamel bigger than Terrence Crawford. He for 154. John Ryder, significantly bigger than Terrence Crawford. Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, uh, Demetri Bivol, Edgar Balanga. See what happened to him. Damn. You know? Those guys are much more suited to take punishment from 5'7" Canelo Alvarez. Because them niggas coming in the ring, some of them coming in the ring, 195, 200 pounds. Fight night. Canelo says Bud beats Jamal. Yeah, that's easy to say, but I ain't see the fight. I didn't see the fight. I know all of y'all want to write off Jamal because nigga, he got easy work by Canelo Alvarez, right? You know, Jamal ain't shit. Toss him to the side, nigga. You gotta be easy about Jamal Charlo. Bud ain't gonna do that. Bud gonna put up more of a fight. We'll see. I see total domination of Crawford. The reason is what is because Crawford has a field day with pressure fighters. I think people are making the weight a bigger thing than it is. And that's why if you're betting your money, you will lose, sir. People that last statement you made. People are making the weight a bigger thing than it is. Okay. So y'all don't respect the weight classes. Terrence Crawford said he respect the weight classes when he was talking about him moving up past 154. So I respect the weight class for a reason. Um, I'm not one of those guys who pump myself up to say I could beat the world. That's what he said. But I guess he don't respect him now because he fight Canelo Alvarez. He said the man was too big for him. He fight him now, so he got smoke for him. We'll see. At this point, that's all I can say. I said my piece. I said what I think. I'm gonna drop the link if y'all want to come up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think for a person who has participated in the sport, weight matters. In every case, no. In a case like this, nigga, you damn right. Canelo is not even really a 168 pounder. Well, for a guy who's not really a 168 pounder, he sure looks like one. He two-time undisputed there. He's manhandling the dudes there. He's undefeated there. So that means much of nothing. You saying that? What's good, bro?
What's up? What's up with you, bro?
Ain't nothing, man.
See you up early, man.
Hell yeah, man. I thought it came to my mind. You said let me spark up this live, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
know?
That's what's up. But yeah, you see they making excuses already for Canelo, man, because they
Oh
know
yeah,
what's coming, bro. So
yeah.
they
They
want
gonna make excuses.
they talking about snack, everything else. They
Oh
trying to
yeah, I see
discredit
that
the
shit.
man. Yeah,
I forget what I was talking about. I was talking to who brought that shit up. Oh yeah, man. One of my guys that I used to box with back in the day, he was on my team and shit.
yeah,
He was like, he was bringing that shit up. Hey, Badri, this is a guy like he a street dude. He ain't really like he a street dude now. He ain't really like well versed in the box. So when he was talking this shit, I'm like, oh yeah, he been watching YouTube and shit. Like, cause the way he
yeah,
was talking, he was saying the YouTube talking for his whole stack and Victor Conte was he was bringing which is you can't lie to it's the shit that they bring up about it is valid points, bro. But it's no like, bro, Terrence Crawford didn't fail no drug test. Devin Haney didn't fail no drug test. None. So these niggas bringing that shit up is like, okay, cool. You said what you said. I understand it. It sound good, but
yeah,
where's the proof of it's not? So conversation ended, right? Right?
yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's like, and none of these people had a video, no video saying get
Saying
Victor
get this.
Conte out of boxing before July 29th, 2023. It wasn't one video
Mm,
about it. You know what I'm saying? I'll get him out of
mm,
boxing. Nobody said that. And then another thing, it's like it's y'all focusing in on Crawford and Haney, but nobody say nothing about Muratalla, Ortiz, even
mm,
Shakur, Bam, Barrios, Cobbs, Plant, Benavidez, Shields, Duarte, Santillion, Rayo, Fierro, and you know what I'm saying?
mm.
Ramirez, Andrade, Art Barroso Jr., Alberto Gonzalez, and Cardenas. Nobody say nothing about them about Snack. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, we all know that's fake, but they setting up their excuses already to discredit Bud because they see what he finna do. That's all it is, man. They see him finna get this win, and I just yeah, I see Bud getting a TKO. I see him catching Canelo when he's not expecting it. You know what I'm saying? Hurting Canelo. So that's what I think a lot of people, it's the unknown. We say we got to see how Bud take the power. We got to see how Bud power affect Canelo. And I think those two things is what's going to make the difference. That's what everybody going to see that Canelo, Bud is going to be able to hurt Canelo. And that's going to change the whole dynamic of the fight. We don't even know how Canelo really going to respond after that. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, I think he's gonna be able to accomplish both of those things. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But he definitely gonna get hit. But I don't think he like when you even watching the Skull fight, he wasn't hitting Skull like that. He got a few body shots, but that's about it. The movement had
Bro,
it, and
bro,
Canelo was Bud way
bro,
more active than Canelo.
bro.
Even though the 32 punches, Bud is
What's up?
way
Bro,
more active than
bro,
Canelo in the ring. Go
bro,
ahead.
bro. William Skull is tremendously bigger than Terrence Crawford and much more durable. I'm saying this much more durable at the weight of 168 than Terrence Crawford will be. The man is bigger. He got more paws, meat on his bones. The man, he like 6 foot. Yeah, he's gonna take Canelo's power better. And Canelo didn't hit him flush in the chin. The nigga was mad tall. Canelo was reaching over, still, and the nigga jumping back.
Yeah,
He didn't really hit that dude flush on the chin. You know what I'm saying? The dude didn't give him no opportunity to. The times the Canelo did land flush was to his body.
yeah,
So it's like Canelo hasn't fought anybody his same height in a minute, and
and that
this is
might
one of
be
those cases. And
that
hold
might.
on,
Oh, go
and
ahead.
hold on. And when he does, it's pretty bad, bro. Besides Floyd, it's pretty bad.
That might be, and even that might be a disadvantage because he used to fighting taller guys. Like when Tank fought Pitbull, it was
hmm
it was a different
But
scenario for him that he
but
haven't faced. And
the, but the thing is with Pitbull, he got up under Tank. Now that's not Terrence Crawford style. He don't really get up under niggas like a like a Mike Tyson or a Pitbull or any
Yeah,
Cup 4 fighter that gets up under niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's what Pitbull was doing to some degree in the Tank fight, but not doing that.
yeah, man. And then like I see, Bud. I mean, Canelo definitely have a problem with movers. He cross stepping and he making all the mistakes as just a
Mhm.
pressure fighter. Just like Floyd, Bivol, Lara, um, even Charlo. He couldn't catch them boys and stop them. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh God.
Bud just got to stay out of position and just hit Canelo. You know what I'm saying? He gonna beat him, man.
Oh
I'm telling
man.
you, it's gonna be one of the
Man,
greatest
this sounds
celebrations, bro.
it sounds so beautiful, man. I'm telling you, man. But like, I look at the last performance even the Warriors score, bro. Bud not gonna fight nowhere near like that, bro. That shit not even
Nah, he
effective to
not.
beat Canelo. That shit not even effective to beat Canelo. So people even bring that up. It's like, nigga, he not gonna win fighting like that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? The avenue I'm looking at for him to win is a much more dangerous one. The one that y'all think he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Which is to some degree stand there, make Canelo miss, make him pay, on some spurts, moving the back foot box, nigga, that take a lot of energy. That's gonna be a lot.
yeah,
Him already carrying the 168 new weight is a lot. Nigga, I don't care what y'all niggas telling me about, oh, he had a year to get adjusted to the weight. He has not fought with that weight. This shit is important. Niggas who have participated in the sport, nigga, everything matters once you in the ring under the circumstances. It don't matter what you did in sparring. It don't matter what you ran. It don't matter how many miles you ran. None of that shit matters until you see it in the ring, bro.
yeah.
In a fight, under the lights, under the situation.
Yeah, I understand that, but I feel like we gonna see a Bud that we haven't really seen. Like when it's his biggest fights, he step up like he does unbelievably good. Like against Sean Porter. You see what he did to Porter. Like after they said he was down, he immediately stopped him in less than 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? And with Spence, the biggest fight of his career, he destroyed Spence. So the Majimov fight, he did what he did, but that performance ain't gonna be nothing like what he gonna do with Canelo. Bud gonna step it up. That's why he been training like he training, bro. He gonna show us something we never seen. Like he said, he gonna go Super Saiyan, and I believe him. You know what I'm saying? I,
Yeah, man. I look when somebody shows who they are, you believe. He has done
yeah,
that a lot, so I understand where you're coming from with it. I understand the belief in him. I understand because it's a lot of belief in him, bro. Like I'm not I'm I'm not a part of the majority. The majority think this is a 50-50, I believe, in my opinion. That they believe this is a 50-50 fight.
yeah,
I'm hearing a little bit more Crawford than I am Canelo, but that's just in the YouTube streets. It's probably what my algorithm is showing me. I don't know.
yeah.
But the odds got Canelo as a slight favorite. As a slight favorite.
Uh-huh. And
You know, like
it should really be more than that if all things considered, but it's not just because they know that mentality of Crawford, man. He a winner, and like he not fighting for no bag, he fighting for that legacy, and the little four belt the four lineal championship too. He the third fighter to do that. All that's on the line, bro. Bud want that. He want that, man.
I think he wants it. But when he step in that ring and I just like the thing I need to see is what his reaction is when he don't like what he's feeling. Pause.
Yeah,
Because I seen that in the last fight. Y'all niggas telling me it was just some feints and tricky movement. No, that nigga Madrimov, when he hit Terrence Crawford, he wasn't liking that shit. Later in the fight, Terrence Crawford, he threw caution to the wind. He tried to put in the judge's head that this nigga's not doing nothing. Let me do a bit more
yeah. I
in
get
these later rounds to secure this win. But for the most part, I feel, in my opinion, yes, the feints had something to do with his performance and him not really jumping on Madrimov like he should. Because when he did, we know it was very successful.
yeah.
But what kept him hesitant was that Madrimov had a little steam on his punches. And when that shit dissipated, he started putting hands on him. Right? We seen that.
Yeah,
He was able to take Madrimov power. You know, he did. But this right here is not Madrimov, bro.
yeah, and the game plan too. They didn't. Bull adjust well to fights. Like he adjusted eventually in that fight, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't their game plan to prepare for Madrimov because he switched up his whole style. And Canelo, the game plan for Canelo, I know that Bo McNair working. They got the best corner in boxing, and Canelo do the same thing. So he not fit to come in there with some whole new style that they haven't seen, they haven't figured out. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that's gonna play a role into the corners. I believe Bomac is a better coach than Reynoso, and I believe their game planning gonna be better too. So Canelo's style is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So they can prepare better for that. They don't have to worry about he switched up his style now like Madrimov did. You know what I'm saying? That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
I guess, man. You know, I think it's just like I said, it's no real big like there's no big room for error for Crawford in this shit. He gotta be virtually perfect. And nigga, the last nigga I see do that shit against him was not even Bivol, it was Floyd. Nigga, he was damn near perfect.
Yeah,
Bivol, nigga, as much as cause he won that to me. He won that shit 8-4,
eight
9-3
eight
at
four.
best.
Yeah, that's what I say. 8-4.
Right?
Yeah,
Bro, it was 8-4 with Bivol. Like that's not close at all, but Canelo won 4 rounds in that shit. Against that dude, Bivol got a motor. He throw a lot of punches. The nigga won 4 rounds, and these is early rounds too. We talking about.
yeah. It's gonna be a great night of boxing, man. I'm looking forward to this fight, just so everybody can see. Just like I feel like we're gonna be celebrating like we did when he beat Spence. It's gonna be one of the best days of our life, bro. Like nigga, that's what's up. Fuck is y'all niggas talking about? For real.
As a guy who don't believe that he will do it, nigga, you know what I said already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I said already. So when it does happen, I'm not letting no niggas get away with no excuses about it. I'm just not gonna do it. You know, for both sides,
On
I'm
either
not.
side, yeah, I agree. Either
I'm
side.
not. There's no excuse, bro.
Right.
You
But
know,
we
and like I said this earlier. You heard when I said this. It's gonna be bad if Crawford lose because the niggas who already judging and talking down on his legacy is gonna be even worse then.
yeah, they gonna definitely hate tremendously. I already know. And Bud know that too. He got,
So
yeah.
he's in a situation where nigga, it's not like how can I say this? How can I say this? And how can I say this shit? For the detractors of Terrence Crawford, to them, his legacy is on the line in this fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
His legacy on the line to the detractors.
For sure.
Cause if he win, obviously in my eyes, it does more for his legacy, right? It does more for what I think his placement in history is. But if he lose, nothing changes for me. Nigga, it don't make him less of a fighter than he was. It don't make his legacy, none of that, because I think he's gonna lose.
Yeah. And nobody go to Canelo body, so we don't know how that's gonna work out. Shit, he might fall. Who knows? I believe Bud gonna go to his body though, and that's something he not prepared for. You know what I'm saying? Canelo never felt that, but you got to see.
Yeah. I'm just still in awe of just like the Terrence Crawford belief in this particular situation is amazing, man. It's amazing, man. It just goes to show you how great this man is that he can make people like really believe like this shit is just another day in the office, bro. Like that man cold, man. That man cold, bro. That man is different, bro. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I'm just counting down the days at this point, bro. You know, because it's a day that it could be a good day and a bad day for a nigga, bro. Because Terrence Crawford lose the way I think he gonna lose, bro. Nigga, I'm not gonna be happy about that shit, bro.
yeah, it's
The
gonna
f-
be
the,
bad
f-
for
the
that nigga
first
to lose.
the first thing I'm gonna do is come on YouTube, and I'm gonna let a lot of you niggas have it, man, including you, brother. You know I got a lot of respect for your shit, bro. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
let y'all
ready.
niggas have it about it, man. Like, yo, man, told y'all niggas, man, I ain't wanna listen, man. Like, I probably go get. I'm telling y'all, I could foresee it. I probably go get emotional on that day, bro. Y'all niggas gonna see me real out of character, bro. Like, cause I'm when I say this shit, y'all niggas like. I hope y'all understand, like, bro, this is like nigga, cause nigga, this is what niggas saying to me. Nigga, you acting like you trying to protect Canelo, bro. You talking about he need to fight David Benavidez. Nah, man. David Benavidez is not better than Crawford, bro. He need to fight. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. All
Yeah,
right. All right. This is what niggas is telling me,
yeah,
right? I run into niggas in comment sections, all type of shit telling me that Terrence Crawford can edge Benavidez out in a fight and all this shit. And he can
yeah. I seen people say that.
he could beat Bivol. These are the niggas I'm talking to. So once I hear these niggas saying this shit, this one I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, I see what this shit is. These niggas, like a lot of the, and I'm not saying I believe firmly that you believe what you're saying, but a lot of these niggas, like they're going off of just strictly nigga reputation, the shit that they've heard.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, a lot of these niggas is new fan. A lot of these niggas just saying shit because they believe like I don't know. I don't know what they believe at this point. You know what I'm saying? But this when you saying that shit right there, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what this is. These niggas, a lot of these niggas don't believe this shit, bro. No, so I'm not crazy in my head. I'm not crazy. If niggas are saying this, they really have no idea. They have no clue what he's in store for fighting Canelo. They don't.
when we come back after the fight, man, after he TKO Canelo, I'm gonna be on genius status, bro. Y'all gonna be like, damn, nigga, you called it. Just like when I was Bud gonna stop Spence, bro. It's gonna be the same thing. Like I said this shit 2 years ago.
I mean,
You know,
I think, and I think this is easy to say now. You know, even I'm one of those guys who say he was gonna stop Spence as well. Got a breakdown video on it. Check it out if y'all want to.
yeah,
Um, I think it's easy to say now that it's much more easy for a nigga to see him stopping Spence than Canelo.
yeah,
Just based
yeah,
over the simple fact that Canelo been hurt, like really legitimately hurt one time in his early in his career.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga been hit by all type of punches. Niggas like Triple G, Jamel, Kodo. The list goes on and on and
Bivol,
on, my nigga.
yeah,
You know, I ain't listen to Kovalev, nigga. That nigga was shot, and I think that nigga threw the fight. That's another situation. Um,
yeah,
all type of punches he been in there with. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
For
I
me
just,
to like, hold on. For me, you know, even because he's been hit by shit he didn't see coming a lot,
yeah.
and the shit, and then
Berlanga caught him off guard too.
yeah, and that's a big dude who, for all the shit he is, the nigga's not good. The nigga could punch, and this shit
Yeah,
didn't do nothing. And he big. The shit didn't do nothing, bro. So that whole idea of Terrence Crawford catching with something like he don't see and melting him, I don't see it, you know. But you entitled to see it that way, you know. Special fighter we talk about, anything can happen,
yeah.
you
Like
know.
with Bivol could have potentially did it, but he don't have that type of he not punching with that type of power, and he don't have the killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? To put a nigga away, he'll box his way to a victory with no problem. Bud got that killer instinct, so if he catching Canelo as many times as Bivol catch him, it's gonna affect him, bro. That's why I think it's gonna be a TKO. I think he gonna be just hurting that nigga, and the ref gonna have to step in. But that's what I see. Bivol don't have
So
killer
so you
instinct.
you see you see it. All right, let me ask you this: you see that being much more likely than Canelo hitting Crawford a handful of times and him being more effective?
Yeah, I don't see
Wow,
Canelo like
wow,
Bud. He not that type of fighter to just get
wow.
hurt and be out of there. We know, but the
No, no,
history
no, no.
tell
That's
us
not what
one
I asked you.
thing: when
That's not
Bud
what I
get
asked you.
hurt,
That's not what I asked you.
no,
That's
okay.
not what I
What you
asked you.
asked me? What you asked me?
Because you said that Terrence Crawford, he gonna. You feel like he gonna be. hitting Canelo a handful of times to a point where he gonna be affected by it. He gonna get TKO. Now, if you think if it's the reverse situation that Canelo would be affecting Bud much more because he's the bigger guy with who I think hits harder.
If he catching Bud like that, yeah. But I don't think he gonna be catching Bud like that because he got his little sneaky punches, but a lot of those punches he throw are telegraphed, and he throwing only 1 and 2 punch
Mhm.
combinations. So
Can
I
I ask
feel
you a
like
question?
Bomac got that down. What's up?
Is Terrence Crawford susceptible to overhand shots?
Yeah, yeah, he
Is he
is.
susceptible? Would you consider some overhand shots to be telegraph shots?
Yeah, I do. But I
Did he
mean,
get? Hold up, time out. Did he get hit by that from Errol
Madrimov.
Spence, Madrimov, and Mean Machine? Did he get hit by those type of shots that we saying Canelo throw?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So
So I'm
yeah,
saying,
but I believe like the little left hook, the sneaky left hook body, and those punches. That's what I feel like Vomac now breaking down, and he gonna be prepared like Tank was prepared for
hold up, somebody,
boxing.
hold up, right quick. Peace and love is God. That's me. I'm Athletic Mind, the one on the left hand side of your screen. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, when like Tank, how he had the defense for Ryan Garcia left hook, he mastered that defense in training
Mhm.
camp. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like Bomac now preparing for Canelo left and his overhand. So I feel like he gonna be prepared for that to not get caught as many times as he did with Madrimov. But we got to see it though. But I feel like they gonna have a game plan for it.
I mean, they every. I feel like both sides gonna have a game plan, of course. But only one game plan will be
Prevail.
successful, right?
Yeah,
Um, but I'm just very skeptical on a lot of things that I feel like we're assuming that Terrence Crawford will be able to do under the circumstances. Um, like now for me, if I have to assume so much, which we assuming in this shit anyway, but we're assuming his success at this new weight. When me personally, I've seen the success of Canelo at this weight, right?
yeah,
Against bigger guys, amongst guys who have pretty good skill. You know what I'm saying? And I'm assuming what the success of Terrence Crawford will be at 168. When at 154, like I said before, I say it again. I'm gonna keep saying this. He didn't look stellar. Now, could you say that Terrence Crawford, nigga, he didn't care about that shit as much? Yeah, you can say that. Nigga, who was Madrimov? He didn't. He probably underestimated Madrimov. That's on the table. I believe that's could be very likely. Is that the absolute case? Probably not. But is it a chance that he underestimated that nigga and said this easy work? Yes, nigga, I underestimated him. Nigga, I said that nigga was trash. I still think he trash. I still think he not gonna do shit in the division after Terrence Crawford, after Virgil Ortiz. Nigga, he's not that good to me. But
yeah,
the thing is, right, like I said, we're assuming what he's gonna be at 168. Right.
and
And if I have to and if I have to do that, like, I'm a nigga who gonna bet a couple friendly wagers with some niggas I know. Like I wouldn't
yeah,
bet them niggas that Terrence Crawford go win under the if Canelo was in the reverse situation, nigga, I'm not betting. I don't. That's not a smart bet. I take smart bets. If niggas would have say, "Oh, you take shit," I'm making money. I'm gonna take that bet because I don't have to too much guess what a nigga gonna do and how he going. Nah, because I've seen
yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
And one thing too, I forgot to mention today, but you probably heard me say it before. Like with Canelo hurting or stopping Crawford, which I don't think he can do. Um, his
Wow.
power is overrated. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't before, but like we said, we say the last time he got a knockout was Caleb Plant. Yeah, but it's just not that. Is he had wrist surgery after that knockout, and that's where I think he has less power coming from that hand because of the surgery. So I believe that play a part too in his power. He don't have as much power as people think. You know.
But I think, and I'm glad you said that because I think, um, the overrated power that you speak of, right? And you say that, and it's a point I see. It's gonna become a case where like he's not fighting a guy where we could say, oh yeah, his power overrated. He's not. He's fighting a guy who's from 154. So all that overrated power stuff, that's not gonna be a thing because Terrence Crawford is he's a smaller guy, bro. He's gonna
Yeah,
feel that
he
shit.
coming
He's
up.
gonna feel that shit more than the average guy at 168. I'm telling you right now. So I'm not even entertaining that. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, like, hey, we could say you could say Charlo ran, but he hit Charlo plenty of times.
Yeah, he hit Charlo.
And
He hit Charlo, and Charlo did decided not to fight back because he really didn't like the power that he was feeling. That's why. That's what
right,
happened.
but he couldn't finish him still though. And
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
the Canelo shit.
that's absolutely true. But he touched the canvas. He definitely did.
Yeah.
He had to go through a lot of shit even to make it to the 12th round. So
Uh-huh.
even if Canelo don't stop him, he gonna go through a lot before that point. And I definitely see him touching the canvas. If he gonna fight the way I think he gonna fight, most of us think he gonna fight.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to see, bro. Cause like Charlo, he as soon as the fight was over, he said, "At least I ain't get stopped."
Hmm.
That's what he was concentrating on. That's not Bud mentality, bro. He get dropped. He finna turn up, man. You know what I'm saying? People say, "Oh, he getting a firefight. He gonna lose." We don't know. We don't know, but we don't. This Bud we finna see finna be the best version of Bud probably out of every fight. Probably better than the Spence
It's no,
version.
it's not, bro. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Cause
No,
he
it's
was in first gear against
no, it's
Spence,
not.
bro. He ain't
No,
even
it's
turn
not.
up.
No, 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 it is not, bro. I hate to break it to you. You know, we gonna see, but
Yeah.
if this is just me genuinely speaking in confidence, bro. He is not going to be the best because I say that because strictly, bro. I watched him say out his own mouth, and I'm gonna say it again. His limit is 154. This is a man who knows his limits. He said it out his own mouth. And that's his subconscious feeling. That's his subconscious feeling, bro. He know his body, so he could tell us all the shit he want to tell us now, bro. Because that bag was waved in his face. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. Terrence Crawford, his best days are behind him. I'm not saying he can't put up a great performance again. I'm not saying that. His best days are behind him. And at 168, we're not gonna see the best of him being as though his best days is behind him. Now, could we have seen the best of Terrence Crawford at 154? Yes, I think we could have got a way better performance at 154 from after that Majmal fight. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Him getting more acclimated to 154, him being more adjusted to 154, we would have got better from him there. But here, no, 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 no,
I feel like though
no.
we he said that against that's like him fighting Benavidez or fighting a Berlanga or somebody else bigger in the division. But once he realized the dimensions, that's when he
Mm,
like he got an advantage. He got an advantage, and he potentially can beat Canelo because they the same
mm.
height. Bud got he 1 inch taller, but long as he make the weight, he up there. He got a 4 inch reach on Canelo, so that's an advantage. So that's what I feel like Bud looked at like, damn, the dimensions is not as far apart as I thought they were. So that's where I feel like his mentality feel like he can beat him because he the one went after the fight. It wasn't like Turkey presented him with the offer and then he took the money because he pursued the fight. So I just feel like he changed his mind because of the dimension. He realized the dimensions after Bill Haney said what he said. He was like, you know what? I can beat Canelo, and that's what I think changed his mind.
Hey, maybe so. AM Sports, so the only advantage Canelo has is size. Um, Let me say this. I think at this weight, and I preface it, at this weight at 168, Canelo has a size advantage. He has a durability advantage. He has the chin advantage. Did I say power already?
Nah,
He has the power advantage, right? I think even he gonna have the hand speed advantage. 'Cause I think Terrence Crawford at 168, his hand speed is not gonna be what we've seen it, how we've seen it look. I think Terrence Crawford has the foot speed advantage. I think he has the arm reach advantage. I think he has the boxing IQ advantage.
uh-huh.
Um, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And sports, we good, bro.
What's good, man? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, man. I just want to join real quick. Well, first and foremost, man, salute to you.
Salute, salute.
Love what you're doing over here. And I think you're one of the more rational Terrence Crawford fans I've ever met in my life. So let me go ahead and put that out there.
Sure,
Um,
for sure.
so I almost totally align with what you're saying in regards to Terrence Crawford. Do I think Crawford has an opportunity to win this fight? Yeah, it's possible. But too many people reference Floyd Mayweather when they talk about his ability to win this
Mm-hmm.
fight. He's
Yeah.
not Floyd Mayweather. The
No.
reason why Floyd was able to win that fight is because of the defensive prowess that he has.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when you look at Terrence Crawford does not fight like that. So in my mind, Crawford has to touch, move, and try to use his counter punching ability as much as possible to try to make Canelo a little bit hesitant.
Yep.
The problem is that with the extra weight, and I don't care what nobody say, people keep talking about walk around weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bud walks around at this weight. Well, Canelo is probably walking around at 200 pounds, right? And your walking around weight is not your optimal weight in terms of your athletic performance. So if his walk around rate is truly 170, that's not his athletic like peak in terms of his weight when you're looking at his performance. So when he goes up, I fully expect him to have more conditioning issues. Not saying that he won't be in great shape, but more conditioning issues. Reflexes won't be as sharp. He may
Mm-mm.
increase his power, right? IQ will remain the same, but those physical attributes will not be the same at 168 versus what we saw at 54 and 147. Hell, we saw a decline at 54. So, can he win? Is it possible? Yes, but he'll have to make sure that he executes a perfect fight.
Yeah. That's shit, I
So
agree. I agree with everything you said.
so is this the same AM Sports Media who said Canelo ducked his
There he
chin?
comes me.
He did this, he did that, but if he put Bud in the dirt, all is forgiven.
Oh
Is that
shit.
AM Sports Media?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's me. That's me.
Okay, okay, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so that's I know that's where you coming from the Spence fan base. You want Canelo to do y'all dirty work. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You can feel like
No, no,
that,
no,
but
no, 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 no. That's not it, brother. I just got tired of Terrence Crawford fans, even though I gave Terrence Crawford his love, his flowers when he beat Errol Spence. And I said I would support him in the Canelo Alvarez fight. That wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. I kept getting all the hate and all this stuff coming by. So eventually I got tired of it. And now it's like, I just want to see y'all cry.
I think when you I got when you reveal your allegiance to like basically a particular fighter, right? Like
Yeah.
basically saying you're a fan of a fighter, right? And you have the opinion that you think they're gonna win a fight against another fighter, and then you prove them wrong. You be like, I was wrong. I get this fighter's respect. I support him, and I don't have the disbelief about him anymore. He answered all the things they're never gonna let it go because you picked against him. You know what I'm saying? So
I
that's
Mhm.
I
just you should go out there. Just like me, for example, if I'm a Terrence Crawford fan, I'm saying he gonna lose. If he win, I'm gonna have to deal with people telling me I was a hater and this and that, and I wanted Canelo to win. All this shit that's not true. I'm gonna have to deal with that. No matter
look.
how many
Yeah.
times I can show them the proof or tell them what it's the internet shit, bro.
I gave him when people gave him his credit, I respected that. You know what I'm saying? But it's when the excuses started, that's when I lost respect for him because it's like you said you give him credit the first day or two, but then after that, it was 100 excuses as to why he lost. That's when my mindset changed for the people that pick Spence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say though, the AM Sports so all those disadvantages you saying like the speed or whatever when he go to 168, what if it's not a disadvantage? What if Crawford can do what you assuming he can't do? You know what I'm saying?
No, no. I mean, physiologically, it's not possible. This is what, so I know you guys follow boxing, right? And there's been a lot of speculation out there about Terrence Crawford and the fact that he's with snacking, potentially on performance enhancing drugs. I do not subscribe to that based off of just how a person looks. I
Hold
used
on,
to be an
pause
athlete.
there, and pause there, and
Yeah.
pause. Let me say this. Look, man, for those of you who are not aware, right? The reason why me and AM are even cordial is because I I I um I put him in my series of videos
Yeah,
of people making excuses. So this is how me and him is even cordial and got the respect we got for one another. We come to an understanding. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I know that he said a couple things about. I'm already aware of this. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, AM.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And by the way, I love the reason why we are cordial is because I love the real, and I found out he was the one that did it, and I've invited him to the channel. So I don't
Yeah,
have no personal animus as it relates to boxing. To me, this isn't personal.
Here's my yeah.
But for well, I'm sorry, I lost what I was
Oh,
saying.
my
What was the
bad.
question again?
we were saying the disadvantages. What if you said it's
Oh,
physiologically
okay, yeah,
impossible?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember now. So like when you think about I used to be an athlete. Many of you probably were athletes as well. Depending on your genetics, things of that nature, you can put on pounds. When I look at Terrence Crawford, does he have additional muscle? Yeah. But he also has additional fat, body fat, and you can see it based off of when you compare his body today versus what we saw as recently as the Madrimov fight, right? But
Mhm.
as an athlete, there's a reason why performance enhancing drugs exist. It's because you cannot add the muscle, keep the speed, keep the reflexes, keep the endurance all at the same time. It's not possible. It's not physically possible. So something will take a hit, whether it's your conditioning, whether it's your speed, whether it's your ability to move around. Something will take a hit. And the way that I described it on my channel is that I don't care how big you make your muscles, your cardiovascular system, your heart, your lungs, your veins, none of that has gotten any bigger. It can't get bigger. You can condition it. And when you think about Terrence Crawford, he is an elite athlete. He is in the best condition. He's already peaked in terms of his conditioning. So all you're doing is taking an engine from a Toyota Tercel and you're replacing the body of the Toyota Tercel and putting the BMW on it. Okay. So he's just carrying around more body weight. So if I see Terrence Crawford in the ring against Canelo and he looks just as fast, I expect him to be more powerful. But his endurance, his reflexes, his speed are the same at 47. Then you can start questioning if he's on something because that doesn't exist. That doesn't happen.
See, that's what I feel like a lot of people are saying. If Bud is able to do what seems impossible, that he's on PEDs, but his test is clean. Like you got to give him credit if he able to keep his speed or and put on power. I know Canelo not deadlifting 455, but Bud is. So you can't just say it's performance enhancer just because he do something that nobody did.
No,
He
no, no.
or
Listen to what
something.
I'm saying. Now, listen to what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying I expect Crawford to be faster. What I'm saying is that you can't keep all of it. Something will take a hit. And then just because you have a clean test doesn't mean I can ignore the science that I've never seen anybody be able to increase power, get bigger, increase power, keep endurance, keep speed, keep reflexes. That's why performance enhancing drugs exist. And then when you make the comment of, oh, well, Bud does something that is like seems like it's the impossible, then how did he do it?
I don't think everything is gonna stay. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the stuff that we see as disadvantages, like size and power, I don't think it's gonna be as much as a disadvantage as we all think. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel
Oh,
like in
oh,
a clinch, he gonna have the ability to put Canelo in position the way he want him in those situations because of his wrestling background. So he'd be able to move Canelo in a position that he want him to use offense. Those type of that type of stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've heard that argument before. Canelo Alvarez is not weak. Like I put a
yeah,
video up of
that's
Canelo
see.
of
Yeah.
Canelo squatting. He's not weak. Like this isn't going to be a depleted. In my mind, I thought. So when we talk about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, no, let me say this. Let me say this. When I look at Errol, when people were talking about, oh, Terrence Crawford looked like he was on performance enhancing drugs against Errol Spence, I didn't see that. It looked like the same Crawford to me. I've always thought Crawford was stronger than what Errol thought, and I also thought Errol just balance wise before Crawford started whooping his ass, he looked off to me. And I didn't even see him from the interview perspective. So this is a full Canelo Alvarez who will come in the ring probably in the 180s. I don't expect Bud to just be roughing and pushing him around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I don't see that shit.
I feel like people underestimate Bud power though, you know. So if he's
Mhm.
able to, you can't blame it on PD. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Hold on, right quick. Let me. I want AM because I addressed this earlier. What's your thoughts on this comment right here?
Mhm. What's the comment?
You can see it.
Oh, hold on. Let me pick my phone up. Sorry. Let me see. You know I got bad eyes, man. Hold on. Crawford has taken over a year to gain the weight, but yeah, I've addressed this on my channel as well. I don't believe Terrence Crawford has had a whole year to uh, get the weight up. And the reason, and this is not just based off of like my opinion. This is based off of information that I know personally, right? Information that just through my sources, I know that Canelo Alvarez and the whole fight with Jake Paul, that fight had been discussed back in this November. That fight started being discussed back in November. So Terrence Crawford has not known that he was fighting Canelo Alvarez for a year. That is not true.
but
That is
yeah,
not
he
true.
knew he either way, whatever fight came in between, Bud said he didn't want no other fight other than Canelo after Majimov. He wasn't entertaining nothing else. He was going straight after the Canelo fight. So Bud, he was preparing even when the fight wasn't made. That's how I
But
feel.
hold
Like
up.
we never
When
really
was hold
know.
up? But when was the fight? When was the fight between he
August
and what
3rd.
you call it?
August
Okay,
3rd.
so August 3rd. So he had no idea when he was fighting Canelo Alvarez. So he
No,
hasn't had it.
he
Yes,
didn't.
it hasn't even been a year. So he had no idea. And I'm telling you, as of November, late November, he definitely didn't have any idea he was fighting Canelo because Canelo was going down a completely different path. So by the time he even found out that they were actually going to make that fight, that was back in, I don't even remember because I did a video on it. I can't quite recall, but that fight literally changed on a dime.
I mean, yeah,
Because
when Turkey offered the 4-fight deal, but
yeah, exactly.
look, before that 4-fight deal, Canelo had the 3-fight deal, and Crawford was included in that. So he
What
knew
3 fight deal? No,
that
there was no 3 fight. There was no 3 fight.
yeah.
Canelo was going to fight under PBC banner,
So
and
he
I
was
know. And no,
Canelo signed a 3-fight deal with Turkey, but it wasn't
yes,
for the May
yes,
5th fight. But he put that fight on there after the Jake Paul
yes,
situation came up.
yes,
But the whole
yes.
time
No.
Crawford
It was
knew.
before.
Yeah, Crawford knew though that Canelo was who he was gonna fight next, regardless.
No,
That's the only fight
no,
he
he
wanted.
does not. Nah, that's the only fight he wanted, but he did not know that. You don't just prepare for a fight that you don't remember. Now, guys, we were just hearing about Terrence Crawford complaining about and trying to hold the belts hostage at 154. I
We can
mean,
assume, but I mean your opinion is your opinion, but I feel like he did have the year to prepare because he knew he only wanted to fight Canelo. Whenever that was gonna be, I feel like he was preparing
I'm
for
telling you
then.
guys, he did not know he was fighting Canelo Alvarez back in 2024. He did not know. He did not know because Canelo was going a completely different direction, and I know that for a fact.
Yeah, but
I know that for a fact.
I just think he did. I wanted to say something, but yeah, I definitely respect your opinion and your point of view, and for even coming on here, what I'm saying, and acknowledging what Bud did to Earl and everything. So I respect you for that.
I respect you guys as well, man. Again, the boxing thing ain't personal for me, man. I just enjoy talking
Huh?
about it, so it's never personal for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to spread awareness that this situation is not a normal one, right? And Terrence Crawford is sacrificing several things, whether he knows it or not. And when that fight does happen, and what happened, and excuse me, what I think happens. I'm gonna just be. I don't even know how I'm gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Because I just know that the pro Canelo channels, the pro Canelo fans, going to tell me that Canelo is now number one pound for pound, best fighter in the world. He beat a top three pound for pound fighter. How could he not be? And I'm just not wanting to entertain those conversations after that fight because I think it's bullshit. I think if he beats Terrence Crawford, in my eyes, he don't get credit for that shit because I'm picking him to win. He should win, and that's what it is, right? But because a lot of pro Crawford fans are saying that he's going to win, when you ask them the question, are you going to give Canelo credit? They're saying yes because they don't want to seem like they have some doubt that Terrence Crawford's going to lose. So they're going to say,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm going to give him credit. Yeah, I'm going to give him credit. And they're not going to give him credit. You know what I'm saying? Which they shouldn't.
A lot of
I
people
agree.
wanted to see Errol and Canelo. Canelo acknowledged that fight and said he wanted to fight Errol. It would be a big fight. But now those same fans saying, "Oh, they don't want to see Crawford fight Canelo with some mismatch. He don't deserve it, and this and that." So that's hypocrisy to me.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, well,
I'm
to those people, I mean, I didn't want to see that Errol Spence fight, with Canelo. But that's what they thought at the time. But they weren't thinking logical, just like a lot of people not thinking logically now. So it's
I
gonna be what
agree. I
it is.
so agree with that, man. I in hindsight, it's so interesting. We talked about this probably like a month or so ago. Like conventional wisdom would tell you that Errol Spence was going to lose to Terrence Crawford. But of course, and I knew it was a close fight. And I knew if Errol couldn't deal with the counterpunch and it was going to be a landslide, but I thought he could. But conventional wisdom would have told you he would have lost. And still, we made the pick of Errol Spence.
Mm-hmm.
I think conventional wisdom tells you today that Terrence Crawford loses that fight. And I think because of fandom, the performance that we saw against Errol Spence, and I think a little bit of delusion in the performance that we saw against Madrimov, people are going ahead and they're picking Crawford. I don't see it. And honestly, as much as I say this on the channel, and I do want to see Terrence Crawford fans cry, I really don't want to see Terrence Crawford lose to Canelo Alvarez. Like there's a little bit of my soul is gonna die when he if he loses to Canelo, specifically by knockout.
Yeah.
It's gonna bother me, right? But then it's gonna be replaced with joy when I can go on the channel and just rip some of these folks to shreds. But yeah,
I try.
I agree with what you're saying though.
I think it's crazy you said that because that's not exactly how I feel. But I was just telling Bugler Stop Canelo that like when when I'm right, which I think I'm gonna be right, I'm gonna come on YouTube and I'm gonna tell all the guys that was picking Bud that y'all put him in this situation. Y'all put the battery in his back to do this shit. Y'all made him believe that, whether he believes it or not, because subconsciously, I think he knows the truth deep down, because I don't care what anybody says, right? Terrence Crawford, people act like he has no, no phobias. He got no fear. Look, let me tell you this. Before he fought, no, after he fought Errol Spence, this man came out and said in the interview. He said in the first round of Errol Spence, he was trying to see, what the hype was about in his power.
With the power, yeah.
Right? And you see that first round how he fought Errol Spence, which is a fail round, of course. He was like, "Oh, this dude got nothing. He can't hurt me." What if that's not the case with Canelo? Did y'all think about that shit?
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna fight accordingly. He ain't gonna do. He gonna see what's up if he can take the power or not. If he can, then it's gonna be a long night for Canelo for sure. But if he feel like it's more dangerous, then he gonna adjust to do what he fight him how he gotta
He gonna
fight.
adjust like he did with Madrimov.
Yeah, to get the win. Yeah, I feel like that's what he gonna do. I was looking for that live though to get that clip when you like if he puts Crawford in the dirt, all is forgiven. Like I cannot find. I went through a lot of your lives, could not find that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, man. I say a lot of stuff, and I bury it in certain areas of the live to make it very difficult for you to go. I learned my lesson with athletic minds. I got to make sure I'm very careful of how I say it
Oh,
and where I say it.
Hey
yeah,
man,
yeah, that's what's up.
I'm susceptible to it too, man. They might clip me up, man. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, fair game. You know,
Yeah, no, it is.
I just feel like because a lot of us are speaking, me and you, I would say as well. A lot of us are speaking in certainties, and we're speaking in like logic. We're calling it right now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
all the logic we talking about, the shit could be wrong, right? You
Good.
know, and that's the thing. That's why, you know, cliche as it is, we got to see it. You know, that's what we say. You
That's
got to
why
see
we
the
love
fight
boxing. That's why we
and
love
all this
boxing.
shit, bro. But I'm totally confident, bro. I'm hearing people like I just told Bug on Stock Canelo telling me that Crawford could edge out Benavidez, he could beat Bivol. When I'm hearing this shit, it make me even more confident that Bug gonna lose. Cause these niggas saying this shit right here, if they think that Terrence Crawford could beat Benavidez and Bivol, that means their opinion about the Canelo shit is also skewed. So
Exactly.
I'm just like, you know, it is what it is, you know? It
Yeah,
is what it is.
the real fans not saying that though. But I get what you're saying. It is some people who be saying that.
And I gotta come at you, Bug, on Stop Canelo, because you saying that about them, but you also saying Terrence Crawford going TKO Canelo.
Yeah, I got a feeling, man. I got a feeling.
It's more of a feeling. It's more of a feeling. It's more of a feeling more so than an actual belief.
It's like when I put my name was Bug on Stop Spence way before I said that before he even fought Sean Porter. I bet it 500 he was gonna stop Sean Porter. So it's just like it's like intuition, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I feel like
I'm telling you guys.
that he gonna
I,
do
I
it, and y'all will be like, "Damn, you knew, you said it." Yep. That's
I think, and I've said this before, I think people are pulling too much from the Errol Spence
Yep.
performance
Yep.
because it was so dominant
Yep.
and that it was unexpected. However, that's the reason why I'm going back to making the statement in hindsight. If you look at conventional wisdom, like I give you an example. So I told Jason is my partner on AM Sports Media before we even had the channel. I said Kell Brook is going to counter the hell out of Errol Spence. If Errol can't deal, because he's gonna keep countering over Errol's jab, and he did,
he
you know.
did. Yeah.
But Errol was able to break him down, right? I was like, Errol's gonna struggle with the counter punches. That's why I kept saying he got to go in with a high guard, and he's gonna have to go. If you go look at the breakdown of the fight, I'm like, he's gonna go through hell, but he's gonna have to use a high guard to prevent, like, take opportunities from countering away. Because I knew he wasn't gonna just be able to deal with the counter punches.
Yeah.
And the conventional wisdom supported what I saw. And I think because a lot of people didn't see it, now they're thinking that Crawford can just do the impossible. And they're being blind and fooled by that. Canelo is not Errol Spence. He is a
Nope.
better fighter than Errol. He's stronger. He punches harder. I think he
Mhm.
has a better IQ and more skills than Errol. This will not be what you saw against Errol.
Nope.
So, Am, let me ask you this. So, when you get your orbital broken, you're susceptible to getting the other one broken. It's more likely to get the other one broken. You know what I'm saying? After you get the first one broken,
Mhm.
that's a medical fact. So,
Okay.
do you think hadn't Kell Brook got his orbital broken by Triple G, that Errol Spence would have been able to beat him?
I don't know. I mean, that's a big what I think. Kel was a hell of a fighter back then, dude. Like Kel Brook was one
Yeah,
of my favorite fighters back then. Hell of a fighter. I thought that was going to be a real tough fight for Errol because I kept saying that slow ass jab that Errol uses, he's going to counter the shit out of it because I've seen him do it, and he
yeah,
was doing it. So I don't know if he ran out of steam. I don't know if at some point the body punching got to him. I don't know.
yeah.
Um,
The
I think the
orbital.
fight probably is closer. I think the fight's probably closer.
Yeah.
Could Errol have won? I think that was a more fit and prime Errol, to be honest with you, versus what we saw against Terrence Crawford. So, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like it would have been a much tougher fight too, because that was a good fight though.
Even even I ain't gonna lie, even for Crawford, man, I think so.
Oh, you
Oh,
talking about
With
if he
Kell
Cal
had
Brook,
Brook,
with
yeah,
Kell
Kell
Brook.
Brook,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
cause
yeah,
I think Cal Brook was after he I think he was a lesser version after he fought Triple G, and he was an even lesser version when he fought Crawford. Did y'all see him before the I mean at the weigh-in, bro? That shit was crazy. I still never seen no shit like that.
Yeah,
I know that shit
Yeah.
was crazy. And then you also had people saying Kell Brook was gonna beat him too. I thought that was funny. That shit is crazy.
yeah. It was a lot
Beat
of that.
beat Crawford?
Crawford, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, nah, I didn't think he was gonna beat Crawford.
That shit is crazy. People was yeah, man. If you don't knock Kell Brooks out, he gonna lose, man. That's what they were saying.
No.
They were saying
I only picked against Crawford one time, and that was against
Spence.
Spence.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
yeah, I think this is this is not I mean, this is the first official fight that I picked against Terrence Crawford, other fights was like hypothetical fights, shit like that. What people was also calling me crazy. I don't know shit, but that just how I go. When you unbiased, you gotta deal with a lot of criticism, man. It is what it is. I'm gonna take all that, man. But this is the first official fight. Yeah, I'm picking against Terrence Crawford. So
Yeah,
I don't know
Yep.
what more people want me to say, but I'm not gonna care for nobody. I don't care for my mother and father. Why would I care for somebody I don't know?
yeah. This for Bud. Bud doing this for his legacy. He know his legacy on the line. He want to leave no doubt, and that's why I feel like he gonna get it done because he just got the will to do it. You know what I'm saying? He got the mindset to do it, and he got the
Man,
skills
Bud
to
is doing
know.
this for a bag. He is doing this for a bag, bro.
Hold up,
Don't
y'all.
get it
Hold up.
twisted.
Let me introduce my big bro. I know y'all probably know him. Y'all probably heard of him. Shout out this channel. Y'all go subscribe. Just do boxing, man. What's good, big bro?
What's up, bro?
What's good? What's good with y'all?
There you go. You breaking up a little bit.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, no, I'm outside my house. I'm about to go back in. Give me 2 seconds.
All right, bet. But yeah, go ahead. What y'all was saying?
Yeah, I was just saying he doing it. Like I feel like, well, we know if you know Bud Crawford, you know he coming to win, bro. This ain't about money. Bud coming to
Hey,
win.
I don't know, man. I gotta see, man. Cause I
He
thought, I
coming to
thought,
win.
I'm not. People say I'm comparing him to him. No, I'm just saying. I never seen Jamel Charlo fight like that. Nobody expected him to fight with that amount of fear. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
I,
Even if he thought he's gonna lose, nobody expected him to fight with that
I
amount of fear,
seen
bro.
it. I
Until
seen
we
it.
did.
Look, I seen
You
it
know?
before. Just do boxing go. I seen it in a press conference. That's why I picked Canelo because Charlo was just too respectful. He kept
That's your
saying
perspective.
he
That's your
happy to
that's
be in the
that. Hold
ring
up,
with a
hold up.
legend.
That's your interpretation of whatever you seen. But in the lead up to
Yeah,
the fight, it was not all like that. He was being very disrespectful. If you watch everything that he was doing in the lead up to the fight,
he
you know what I'm
was
saying.
happy to be in the ring.
If you watch the Showtime, what is it, the All Access? He was
Yeah,
talking crazy, bro. Maybe it was for the cameras. I don't know. Maybe it's because Canelo was in his face. I don't know.
cause
But he
I
was talking
seen him.
crazy.
He was man. I'm happy to share the ring with a legend. He was doing all that on that type of time. I'm like, this nigga, you showing too
Well,
much respect. You know what I'm saying?
Crawford's showing some respect too, and
He is,
yeah, he
but
did the one push. A lot of I've listen, and I know you guys follow boxing, man. We've tried to read things in. I do the same thing. I like to look at the weigh in before I actually, what I'm saying, pick a fight.
yeah,
It's hard to really know. I've seen situations where I thought a fighter didn't look quite as confident, and they go in there and they kick the dude's ass. So I mean, it's
it
really
yeah.
hard to say.
It
Um,
varies, but I seen it in that, especially the Charlo fight. Like I'm like, I didn't know he was gonna be laid down like that, but I knew that he wasn't fit to go in there confidently trying to win because he was just too giving him too much praise. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like when fighters do that, but that was just
I
me.
hear you. I hear you, but we
Hey,
don't
Yeah, I
know what
think
Crawford's gonna do either. I mean, I like Crawford, man. I think I think
I
he's gonna put on a better fight. But you don't know until you see him in the ring.
For sure.
I got an interesting take on Charlo.
uh
He got a bad deal. A lot of people thought he was scared or fighting, cautious. I'll say this: that fight was the closest thing to a handicap match that you're gonna get in boxing. And Canelo knew that. You had that man coming off an injury, jumping up some weight classes. And think
14
about
month,
it,
16 month layoff.
you fighting a career 54 pounder. Now, what's one thing about Charlo that kind of separates him at 54? His power is
yeah,
able
it's
to get him
power.
out of trouble. at 68, no dice. That same shit that you normally do with other guys, Canelo just walking right through it. And I think over time, I think his confidence, took a hit. And that's what we seen. The shit that he normally do against those 54 pounders or the smaller guys, shit
Yeah,
just wasn't working against Canelo. So it looked funny to us because he wasn't willing to go out on his shield. Maybe that's the criticism I could say. He wasn't willing to get knocked out. But I
yeah.
definitely think he tried. He just didn't have nothing for him. I think
I think that's a great
he
take.
you get what I'm saying? He felt like this was, think about it. Remember he was watching, remember they was sitting in the crowd watching Canelo
He
fight. I
said
forget what
I could
fight.
beat Canelo. Yeah, yeah,
Remember? He was like, I could beat him. He getting tired. Like he was expecting something different. That shit was different when it got up in front of him. It's one of them things where you mess around and you find out. And Bud is one of them hard headed dudes. You're gonna have to show him too. So
yeah.
I can't
So
wait
let
to
me ask
see
you
it,
this.
man.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, talk
So
to me.
why wouldn't we see the exact same? Because that's been one of my arguments as well. Like Crawford's one of the things, in my opinion, one of the things that make Crawford very unique. I do not think Crawford, and I stand by this, and I know a lot of people try to talk shit when we got, the Errol Spence fight wrong, but Crawford does not have pristine defense. He simply doesn't. But I think what makes him interesting is his counter punching becomes
Yeah.
his defense because fighters become hesitant because you keep getting clipped with some of that stuff, you'll get knocked out. Um,
Mhm.
I think number one, Canelo typically keeps his high guard up until he gets in close. Canelo typically doesn't punch until he's within range. So it's going to be less opportunities for you to just simply counter him. And then when you do counter him and it's not having the same impact it had on like maybe like an arrow, or all of a sudden a missile comes back because, Canelo can also counterpunch. And when you counterpunch and open up, it gives him the opportunity to do so. What happens then when the same shit that you have been doing against these fighters at 54 and 47 isn't working?
Mm. I mean, for me, I always felt like Crawford was better than Charlo, the fighter, all around fighter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't think like Crawford went through a period where he wasn't knocking guys out, so he know what it's like to rely on that boxing. And I think with Charlo, he kind of Derek James tweaked that guy. He started thinking and talking like a knockout artist when he was a pure boxer. He kind of lost his identity,
50%.
low key.
Yeah, he was a 50% KO artist.
You get
That's
me? And he out here talking about I hit harder than Canelo. I'm like, yeah, it's mentality. So when the question to answer your question, I think it's mentality. I think if Crawford has to rely on boxing, he has no problem doing that. Whereas you got a Charlo, think about his mentality. Why would you even think that you hit harder than that man? Like what possessed you to even? So it's just mentality. I think Crawford understands more of who he is. He's never been tweaked, right? His style is
yeah.
his style. I think he understands that he ain't knocking Canelo out, bro. I don't
Can,
care what
can I
And
nobody
then look,
says.
hey
can I
You
hey
can I
know
can
that.
I can I actually add this? Because when I seem to say this, because people like, and I'm glad you kind of gave some context to the Charlo thing. I ain't trying to, because I still think he could have put up a better effort, but you gave the context you
For
gave to make
sure.
me understand it a little better. But people call and say, "Oh, Charlo felt like a hole. He ain't do this, he ain't do that. Crawford not gonna do that. He got hard on." And I was telling a lot of people, and I'm still saying that, like, we never seen Charlo fight like that until he did. Like, it's a possibility that Terence Crawford, he don't like what he's feeling, and his output is not as great as just how much Charlo's was. You know what I'm saying?
True.
It's a possibility that could happen.
True.
That's on the
True.
table.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. When we having these builds, you can't rule something out. That's reasonable because we seen it happen before. You hear what I'm
and
saying? You
look,
just never know.
AM brought up a good point too. Like when he said Canelo always come in with the high guard, and it made me think like I said, Bud potentially is definitely gonna try to hurt Canelo to the body because nobody go to his body, and
Mm-hmm.
that high guard is leaving him accessible, and with the 4 inch reach advantage, he can cut that body down, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just
Mm-hmm.
thought
He
You
could
about
go
gotta
that.
to
go
the
to
body, but when you throw to the body, you leave your head open.
Yeah, yeah, but at the same time, we know Bud got good reflexes and he got a 4 inch reach advantage. So you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how that works.
This is all under the assumption that it's his reflexes do him justice on that
Yeah,
night. Let's
yeah.
hope.
Exactly, exactly. And
Hmm.
he's not, again, he will not be. That has been an argument of so many Terrence Crawford supporters is that you're going to pluck the version of Terrence Crawford from 147 and drop him
Hmm.
into 168. And similarly,
Hell
based off
no.
the conversation that I'm hearing right now, we all understand that we plucked Charlo. And when you dropped him in 168, it wasn't the same Charlo. It's
For
No, it
sure.
impossible.
wasn't.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
For
he
sure.
only jumped. Well, he only jumped. Well, Terrence Crawford jumping too, but he only had
But
one fight at
really,
154.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
Mm.
saying.
yeah.
He's really a 47 pounder. And,
So
and,
so
and there's
look,
the other thing, too. I think
yeah.
people are not, real quick, the Crawford, people are just completely dismissing the Madrimov fight as being an aberration because of the style, but
Yeah.
are dismissing the fact that Virgil had this dude. Madrimov was moving forward against Bud. Man, Virgil had this dude on his bike.
And let me stop you there. Add on to that. Let me stop you there. Add on to that. One would say going into that fight that Madrimov had a favorable style against Virgil. And a lot of people were
Yes,
picking Madrimov based off of that. And when it
Yeah.
didn't
yes,
go to, I'll raise my hand and say I was one of the people who picked Virgil Ortiz to destroy that dude, which he didn't
I did
completely
too.
destroy him.
He
He won
didn't.
some rounds in there, but he beat him up though. That's
He
there's
was
no doubt
Hmm.
about
look,
that.
I
Majimov
picked
was
Virgil too.
he was showing movement early in the fight, but like after the fifth or sixth round, he stopped moving. He started engaging with Ortiz. So he
Hmm.
completely went back to how he normally fight. He didn't do that with Bud. He kept the same game
Crawford.
plan until the end when he started running when his coach told him to stay away from Bud. You know what I'm
And,
saying?
Yeah,
and hold
Crawford
up, pure.
reduced him to a one-handed fighter. If you go back and watch, no other
I
fight will
actually
look like
disagree with
that.
that.
He
I
he
Hold
disagree
on.
with
Let me
that.
reduced.
let me let me let me let me let me say it. Yeah, pure. What's good, man?
What up, X? Salute,
What
fellas.
you
What's going on?
What's
what you
up,
got
bro?
on this, bro? This is a pro Canelo fan right here. I want to hear his opinion on this, man. What's going on, man?
I want to see a good fight, bro. That's all. That's all I really want to see. The Skull performance like concerned me a little bit more on the Canelo end. Like is just going in for a paycheck. And
Yeah.
then you guys bring up great points about two weight classes. Canelo is good. I just want to see a good fight, man. But I think I saw a video. Kelly Pavlik broke it down beautifully, in my opinion. That's Terrence Crawford needs to go at Canelo. Going on the back foot is it's not a good idea versus Canelo. I don't think so.
Yeah. And I think that too at some point we gonna see Bud push Canelo back. That's what people not expecting. They don't think it's possible, but what happens if you get him on the back foot? Canelo can't fight on the back foot. We never seen him do it. So what happens?
I
So
hate to
it's a
break
lot
it
of
to you, bro.
scenarios. It's a lot of scenarios that
I
play.
hate to break it to you, bro. I hate to break it to you, bro. That's wow. Let me ask you this: in Styles make fights, but why for a majority of fight he was going backwards against Madrimov? The large majority of the fight.
You know,
Don't tell me about no feints, bro. Don't please don't.
he was probably unsure about the weight, but I'm pretty sure he learned from that Majimov fight. You know what I'm saying? To what he got to do
But,
and how he got to
it,
adjust to power, bro. Like I just feel
hold
like
on,
we're
I'm
gonna see
confused now.
a better Crawford than we ever seen. That's what I feel. You know what I'm
How
saying?
how how was he concerned about the weight at 54 but will not be at 168? You don't just learn a
I
lesson.
mean, because he was just moving up, but he knows now. He knows that the weight classes are different, so he gonna come in there with a different mindset to go against the higher weight. You know what I'm
But hold
saying?
up, but that hasn't been demonstrated. We just saw him demonstrate that when he went up and he felt the difference in the weight, he moved backwards, and now he's moving up two more weight classes. And you're making the assumption that because he realized that he needed to move backwards in a fight where he moved up one weight class, he now realizes that he needs to move forward at two weight classes higher. I'm not understanding the
Yeah,
logic.
we all assuming here because we don't know. That's the thing about it. We don't know what Crawford is going to do, how he's going to show up, what he can take, and what he can do. So we all assuming that. But I'm saying, I'm looking at it assuming Crawford can do these things and can take the power and can hurt Canelo. Y'all assuming that he can't. So that's why we just got to see. That's why it's a great fight that I'm looking forward to and I want to see it. So we can
Yeah,
see Bud perform and do what people always say he can't do. They always say what he can't do, and he do it. That's all I know him for. So people want to say, "Oh, y'all bud buddies," but we've been right for 41 fights. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the criticism is not really, it's not really legit. You know what I'm saying? Because Bud been getting it done, and I feel like the same thing gonna happen this fight. We're gonna see Bud turn up and get it done. You know?
I
We'll
think,
see.
and I said it before. It's much more. And it's easy to say now, but it was much more of a likelihood that Terrence Crawford would stop Errol Spence than him stopping Canelo. But I think
Yeah, yeah. I
there's
agree with that.
nothing really I can point to say that he gonna stop Canelo Alvarez when Triple G didn't stop him, Kovalev didn't. No, I'm not bringing no Kovalev. B-Ball didn't stop him. Yeah, help me out here. What's the other punches he fought? Help me
Ryder,
out here.
Ryder
Uh,
Berlanga.
but none of them power punches before stopped him. You know what I'm saying? They barely even buzzed him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Terrence Crawford, while he has great punching ability, if the punches that he was landing on Madrimov, right? He hurt him. You know, he was, but it wasn't devastating. So why would I think at 168 is gonna be devastating when he catch Canelo with the shot he don't see coming and he gonna fold like a lawn chair, probably get up and get TKO. You know what I'm saying? Right?
see,
I
I'm
don't think that's like, you know.
I'm
Hey,
saying a TKO because that's just the feeling that I got. Like my instincts told me that it's gonna happen. But either way, he can outbox him. But like if he would have fought Majimov like he fought him in the last 2 or 3 rounds, he could have stopped him. You know, if Majimov engaged more, he could have stopped him. But just because he didn't stop him, don't mean he can't stop Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Different
so
styles.
let me say this real quick, and then I got to jump. But I keep hearing you say that he can outbox him. Terrence Crawford's style historically has been he sets you up in traps to get you to come in, feint you in, counterpunch you, and then get you out of there. Historically, that's been what he's done, and a part
Yeah.
of that has been his ability to actually counter you and hurt you. So that's been Terrence Crawford's quote unquote boxing. If Terrence Crawford goes up and that is not working, meaning he's trying to counter and either he's not being able to successfully land clean and or when he does land, he is not hurting Canelo. I don't know if he can technically outbox him. Yes, he's the best, he's the better boxer if they were the same size, same weight, same power, etc. But
Yeah.
once you get up and you have that disparity, what used to work for you in terms of your boxing ability may not work. Floyd Mayweather, best boxer I've seen in 2 generations. If you would have moved him up to 68 or 75, I don't give a shit how good his defense is. He's gonna get knocked the fuck out because eventually somebody's gonna catch him. The shoulder roll isn't gonna work. Something's not gonna work, and he's gonna lose. So
Mhm.
that's my point. All right, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue to listen, but I'll catch up with y'all, man. Salute to you, Athletic Minds.
All right, brother, man. Appreciate
All
you
right.
coming
All right,
through,
Peace,
man.
later.
peace, bro.
Like, easy. I gotta go in 12. Me personally.
Being consistent is the key. Yeah, man. Oh man, I'm just looking at it the way I looked at it for about a year, almost a year and a half now, man. Um, Smaller guy, like I said, skillful guy, but smaller, going up against a bigger guy, skillful as well. Got most of the advantages heading into the fight. Undefeated at 168. Uh, Neither guy looked stellar in their last performance. We could debate about who looked less stellar than the other, but they both look not stellar in their last performance.
Yeah.
Um, we're expecting to see better from those two. Excuse me, I got this noise in the background. Hold on. We're expecting to see better from these two guys in the next fight. But I think Canelo has a lot of room for error, and that's where he already has the advantages. Then he has a lot of room for error against Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford doesn't have much of that. Like I said, we're still assuming what he's gonna be able to do, how his attributes are gonna fare against Canelo. Just a lot of question marks. With with a fighter with that many question marks, I will not be confident in picking him. But a lot of people seem to be because of the reputation of him. His reputation precedes him yet again in this fight, like it did in the Madrimov fight because of the Errol Spence performance. You know what I'm saying? And I thought he was going like I still don't think much of Madrimov. I think in a rematch he'll obliterate him. He's trash. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford, I feel like in that particular fight, here's my take on it. And that fight, he was getting acclimated to the weight. That was his first move up, of course. And like Bug Star Canelo said, he what did you say? What did you say? You said fuck, what did you say about that? Oh yeah, they prepared for a different Madrimov that could have went into it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Switched up his style and things like that. You know, he was pretty much getting acclimated to weight. Terrence Crawford's whole thing that he set out on off is 154 is the limit. So being as though that is the case, I expected to see some slippage in him at that weight, which I did. Which I did see some slippage in that performance. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so I will expect to see a lot of slippage when he's giving up a lot of his attributes by fighting at this weight and carrying this weight for the first time in his career. People saying, "Oh, he had a year to adjust to the weight." It don't work like that. You have to step in the ring with that weight to understand the magnitude of it. You know, you have to. You have to carry around the weight in the ring. You have to move around with the weight. You have to be tired with that weight. A lot of different things.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
That's
lot of mental and physical fatigue that's going into this fight, bro. Bro, he's gonna lose, bro. He's
that's
gonna lose.
probably why he
And a
training
long
with the,
layoff
with the
too.
weight vest. You know, he got the weight vest on just for that. So, you know, he preparing the right way. I think gonna get what he got to get done.
And
You know,
people
but
also don't talk about Canelo's defense, man. Canelo's fucking defense is. I mean,
It's
he's one of the best defensive fighters in the sport, in my opinion.
it's cool, but when Canelo, whenever he's slipping punches, it's not he can't counter you when he slip punches. Anytime he's slipping, he never in position to fire back. He get away from when he don't even do that as much no more. But when he was doing it, when he slip punches, he never fight back. He just get out the way of the punch and he got to reset. So it's like that's an attribute, but at the same time, it's a pro, but at the same time, it's a con because he can't fire back, but he can just slip the punches. He got to reset every time. But you know,
I don't know if he can't fire back. I mean, the skull fight isn't a good, indicator of him firing back. But I mean, his whole career that's been his. I mean, he's one of the best counterpunchers, along with Bud in the sport.
yeah, counter punching. But if you watch Canelo though, when he slip punches, he never slip and then hit back. He got to reset every time he slip punches. I noticed that about him.
I don't know about never. And Jaime, he did it beautifully. I mean, his whole career he's done that beautifully.
Yeah,
He stole that from Floyd a little bit. Floyd used to do the pull counter. He used to do
yeah.
the pull uppercut.
yeah, man. A lot of things that I'm sure that Terrence Crawford is not underestimating. As much as he's saying what he's saying, I think he'll be a fool to underestimate Canelo in any way. Because we're seeing a lot of Bud. You know, like I said, we're seeing a lot more of him in the media, and you know, showcasing what he's doing. His training. We're not seeing much of Canelo. We're just hearing a lot of hearsay, a lot of speculation, a lot of mystery.
I seen him
Um,
playing in the gym recently,
oh, who
but
I
Canelo?
seen
yeah,
I
I
seen a little
see.
bit
I
of
see
Canelo.
Bud. You said what?
I seen a little bit of Canelo his shadow boxing, which actually I picked up on something that is looks like I don't know. We gotta wait till the fight happens. He's not gonna fight traditionally how he's been fighting. His last all of 168. I would say.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Then we gonna be in for something, man. It could be a dog fight with a little one sided, or it could be the fight that a lot of people think is gonna be a great fight. I don't see that, but hey, we here now. We got what 4 weeks left?
4 weeks
Yes,
on the
sir.
dot.
4 weeks, man, and we gonna see, man. But I'm gonna
We'll
close
be
out here,
there.
fellas, man. I'm gonna close out here, man. Good live, man. Thank y'all for coming through, man. We gonna spark one up in the near future, man. But it was good talking to y'all, fellas, man.
Yeah, the
For
same to
sure,
you,
X. Thanks
man.
for letting me on, brother. My bad, brother.
Peace out, bro.
Peace,
All right,
fellas.
man.
Later.